Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to this episode. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and start working with the second section of the YouTube clone. And in this one, we're going to be building out the YouTube video page. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be building. And this is it over here. So we're going to be building all this and we're also going to make it responsive. So when you want to view it on a mobile, it's going to be responsive and all that. Okay, so from here, we've got a whole lot of things. We've got this section over here. We've got a suggested or suggestion field on YouTube. We've got the comment section. We've got the comments. You can add a comment and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to be building out the front end now and everything's going to be really amazing and cool. And I don't want to waste any more time. I want to go ahead and get started. And we can also play videos. We could also fast forward videos. To some extent, we're going to be able to download from here, but if you want to restrict that, you're going to be able to restrict it. That's if you're interested in doing that. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as usual, you want to open up your favorite code editor, and in this case mine is Visual Studio Code. And in Visual Studio Code, I'm going to go ahead and create a new file, and this one we're going to call it video.html or video page.html, whatever you call it, whatever you want. We'll call it single page.html or whatever. And in the video HTML, I'm simply going to open up boilerplate HTML code like this, and I'm going to create a new link tag. So we've got a whole lot of things from the index.html, if you remember. Now what I want to do is just come over to the index.html, and I'm just going to grab the whole index.html template. I'm going to get back here and I'm simply just going to paste it down here, and we're going to get rid of a whole lot of things, and we're going to still add some other things. So we're going to start off by opening this up using a live server. So I'm going to say open a live server, and as you can see, this is how it's looking over here. Everything looking good. Now the next thing we're going to do is this. We're going to get rid of all this posts over here, and we're going to get rid of the sidebar. Okay, and in order to do that, we just want to leave only the header. So want to leave only this header for now. And we're going to go ahead and locate the header. So this is the header, the notification. Now this is the home trending. So we want to get rid of everything from here down to there. So I'm going to get rid of this. And as you can see, this is what we've got now. So we've got this this file, this HTML CSS file, rather the CSS file, not HTML. Now I want to go ahead and add some more. I'm just going to give a comment over here, cdn. And over here, I want to duplicate this, and this one I'm going to be calling it maybe video.css, or let's say single.css. Okay, now I'm going to come over to the CSS and I'm going to create a new CSS file, and this one is going to be single.css, just like that. And in the single.css, I think that's pretty much what we want to do. Then we want to go ahead and start writing down our code. Okay, so this is the header. Just below the header, that's where we're going to start writing our code. Okay. So below the header, you want to go ahead and create a tag, and we're going to call it main. And this main is going to have a class of single pages. So this is going to have main, and it's going to have a class of single underscore pages. And in this main, we're going to have another tag called section. Now this section is going to have a class of, let's give it video underscore items, and we're going to pass in another class flex. So if you've been following along from the other videos, then you're going to understand why we're passing in class now. And if you've watched the CSS course tutorial that's the last one that we did, then you're going to understand why we're passing classes. That's to be able to grab onto the elements in either CSS or JavaScript. Okay, so I created another div. I gave it left, and inside the left div, I want to create another div and give it left content. So I'm going to say div left, and I'm going to say underscore content, just like that. And in the left content, that's where I want to add in the video. So I'm going to add in a video tag. And in the source over here, that's where I want to add in a video. So for the video, as you can see, I've got a couple videos over here. This is it. Now I'm simply going to drag this video, and I'm going to put it in the YouTube clone folder. Now when I open up my Visual Studio Code, now we have a video. As you can see, we have video over here, and I'm simply going to change this to video. Yeah. Now in the source, we want to go to video, not that. We want to go to video. Then we want to go to, you can choose any of this. I'm going to choose this one. Then alongside the video, we want to go ahead and pass in a type. So the type is going to be type. So I'm going to pass in a type, and this type is going to be video/mp4. And also I need a poster. So that's going to be a poster for your video, or like a thumbnail or something like that. but we're going to be getting this dynamically when we start working with the back end. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and pass in a dummy poster. So I'm going to say images. I'm going to say images slash, and I'm going to choose out 1.jpg. Okay, so after that, that's pretty much what we want to do. But there is something that we are supposed to do. All this, I'm now going to cut all this, and I'm going to cut it to the source. And what I simply want to pass over here is controls. And what this control is going to do is it's simply going to help us forward or play videos or also pause videos. Okay, so that's what it's going to help us to do. And you want to pass in a single tag source, and that's where we're going to pass in all the source, type, and poster. Now I'm going to just get back over here, and as you can see, this is what we've got. This is how everything be looking now. And I think the video isn't working, so let's see what the problem is, and let's change this to MP4 instead of MO4. Okay, so after that, now I think everything should be fixed. So as you can see, we've got this video player over here, and it could play videos now, but everything still looks not good. We still have a lot of HTML structure that we're going to be adding. Okay, so right now this video looks really huge. What I'm going to do is just add an error over here so we don't show up the video, and we can also see other things. Now I'm going to drag this and put it side by side, just like we'll be doing from the upper videos, and so we can see what's going on over here in real time. Now just below this tag over here that contains the video, below this video tag, I'm gonna come down here, just here like this, and we want to create a new div, and this one is going to be called, and the class of this one is going to be called tag. Okay, so div.tag, and as you can see, it's given a class. Now in here we want to go ahead and create a label, and this label is going to have a class of we could just say tags, because that's the one that's going to contain each tags. Okay, so in this tag I could simply say I could just add in desfix, and I could say hash python and hash html hash front end. Okay, it's usually 3, so I'm going to say hash front end, I'm going to say hash css. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we've got over here. Now the next thing we want to do is go ahead and add in a p. So this p is simply the one that's going to be the title, so we're going to say YouTube clone using HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, so as you can see, that's what we've got over there, but I don't think this is actually lapping well, so I think this is better like this. Okay, so that's all we've got there. Now we need to go ahead and let's keep going. So after the tag div, we want to go down again, and we want to create a total viewer div. Okay, so this is what we want to do over here, this views over here, and as you can see, this is looking really small right now, and that's because I want you guys to see everything that's going on. Okay, so just down here we need to go ahead and create another div, and this one is going to have a class of view. So I'm going to say div.view, and also want to give it a class of flex2. And why am I giving a class of flex2? That's simply because I've already given flex1 before in the home page, and I also want to give this a class of border underscore bottom, just like this. And in here I want to go ahead and create a div, and I'm going to give this one a class of view dash text. And in here, that's where I want to go ahead and put a span, and we're just going to say 123 to 34,000 views. Okay, so let's get back here and see. So as you can see, that's working. Now just below this div, below the div that's holding the 124,000, I want to go ahead and create a new div, and this one is going to be called flex. Okay, still inside the flex2 div. Now I'm going to create a div, and I'm going to give it a class of I'm going to give it a class of flex, just like that. And I'm going to create a new div, and this one I'm going to give it a class of icon. And just in this div, that's where I'm going to go ahead and create an icon, and I'm going to give this one a class of, let's say, fa dash thumb, let's just say thumbs up. I think that's what it's called. And right now, as you can see, we've got a thumbs up over there, and just below the thumbs up, we want to go ahead and put a label. So I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to put a label, and we're going to say 5k. Okay, 5k, just like this. And this thumbs up, I would want it to be in an A tag. So all I need to do is just copy this, and I'm going to put an A tag, because we're going to be using that to actually make the like button. Okay, so that's in an A tag. So when the user click on the like button, it should go ahead and like whatever post they are trying to like. Okay, so that's it. Now the next thing we want to do is go ahead and copy the flex div, or rather want to copy the icon div, and want to paste it a couple times. So I'm gonna get down, paste it, and I think I want to paste it one more time. So I think let's paste it again. Now we're gonna go ahead and change out all the values. Now the next one is gonna be fa-share, and this is gonna be the share. Let's see. Okay, and over here we just need to change the text to share. And the next one is gonna be, I think we are even supposed to have a dislike before the share. So I need to copy the like, and I'm gonna paste it down here, and I'm gonna change this one to thumbs down, just like that. And as you can see, that's dislike. So I'm gonna add in the dislike over here. And as we all know, YouTube have removed the dislike count, so it doesn't show up again, just the dislike button. And now there is also share. We need to change this one to clip, or we need to change this 5K over here to clip. And we just need to change this one to scissors. Okay, scissors. Hopefully that's the right spelling of scissors. And I'm gonna get rid of this up over here, and let's see what we've got. Okay, that's it. So from the latest YouTube updates, as you can see now, there is this clip feature there. And finally, we need to have save. So this one over here is gonna be save in case you want to save a video or something. And this one we need to put bookmark. So I'm gonna use the bookmark icon. Okay, as you can see, that's what we've got. And I think we should just go ahead and add one more, and that should be for some like an ellipse. So I'm gonna come down here, copy paste, and I'm gonna change this one to ellipsis. So I'm gonna say ellipse. I think it should be double L, then SIS, just like that. And that's in case you want to like open up some more features or something like that. That's what we're going to be using it to do. So I'm going to zoom this in so you see how everything is looking now. And after that, the next thing we want to do is go ahead just inside the div, just inside the view flex div. That's this one over here, this view flex div. You want to come down below it, just like this. I'm going to come down below the view flex div, and I want to create now the video detail. So I'm simply going to create a div, and I'm going to give it a class of details, just like that. And alongside details, I want to also add in some more classes. So there's going to be detail, there's going to be flex, there's going to be border, bottom, just like that. And in this div, I want to create a new div, and this one is going to have a class image, just like that. Now in this image, I'm going to have an image tag, and I simply want to put in the source, I simply want to put in images / and I'm just going to choose the logo.png. And now you're going to see a really big image. And to make things smaller, I'm just going to put a style, and I'm put width, not widow, but width. And I'm simply going to put this as, let's say, okay, what am I doing? And I'm simply going to put this as 50 pixels. So we see everything that's going on now, but take note, we are still going to remove this later when we start working. And for that, I want to add a breakpoint over here so that we get back to where we are supposed to remove this. So just below the image div, I'm going to create a new div, and I'm going to give it a class of heading, and that should be it. Now in the heading, I'm going to put a H4, and that's where I'm going to put my name. That's the name of the channel, which is DeskFix. And in a small tag like this, I want to put an icon. So I'm going to say then class. This class, I simply want to give it fa-check, and I think we need to use check circle so it looks more like a verified icon, something like that. Okay, as you can see, that's what we got. Now just below the H1, I want to go ahead and add a span. I'm going to add a span tag. And for the span tag, what we simply want to add over there is the subscriber count. So I could just go ahead and put my subscriber count. That's 2.4K subscribers. And I'm going to type out the subscribers. Okay, so that's it. Now below the span tag, I also want to go ahead and put a H5. Now this H5 is simply like the description of the video. Okay, so it's going to be like YouTube clone using HTML. I could just put something else. I could just say, yeah, let me just put the YouTube clone using HTML, and that's not the right spelling of using CSS and JS. And guess what? It will be responsive. Okay, So that's it. Now just below the H5 we could go ahead and add a span, and this one is going to be show more. So by default we are going to be truncating this text, and on the click of show more we want to go ahead and show more of the div. Okay, more of the text that's in the div. So just below this div that's in the span, we want to go ahead and add a H tag, or I think it's below this one. So we've got, after the show more, we've got two more divs that are closing, and just in between here I want to add an A tag, and this one is going to be the subscribe button. So over here we're just gonna give it an ID. Actually we're gonna be giving the ID when we want to work with JavaScript, but for now I'm simply gonna put in a class, and I'm gonna put in, the class is gonna be subscribe-btn, simple as that, and this over here should be subscribe. Okay, so that's it. Now the next thing we want to do is just get down below this div over here, below this div, and below it I'm gonna create a new div, and this one is gonna be let's see. Okay, for now I'm gonna get rid of this div. We're gonna do that in the next video. That's using JavaScript to, I just want to show you guys, it's not really necessary, but I just want to show you guys in case you're curious how to use JavaScript. When you click on the subscribe button, it's gonna show subscribe, and when you click on it, it's gonna show unsubscribe. So we're gonna be doing that with the back end, but in case you're curious, I'm gonna show you how to do it using just plain JavaScript. Okay, and it's not gonna be functional, it's just for fun. So I think that's pretty much what we want to do. Okay guys, I think we missed something. So I'm going to copy this subscribe button div, and just below this div for the show more, I want to create a new div. Okay, and that one we're not going to put any class, we're just going to put the subscribe button in there, just like that. And I think everything should be looking good now. So that's pretty much it. Now we've also got this div over here, and in between this div, so after this div that's for the details, take note of that so we don't get ourselves confused. So we've got this div for the detail. Now below the div for the detail, we want to just put a HR tag over here. That's a horizontal row, and if you take a close look, you see that it's putting a thin horizontal rule over there, and it's not getting styled because we've done some things in the CSS from the one that we're linking above. And now we need to create comments. So this is going to have a class of comments, just like that. And we need to put another div in here. This one is going to have a class of, let's say, comments-heading, and you want to make sure the spelling of your CSS your HTML classes are correct, or else we're going to get an error when we start styling the CSS. And in here we want to have a h2 tag, and this one is going to just say like 2 comments. That's what we've got. So I'm going to say 2 comments, and I'm going to come up so you guys see what's going on. So we got 2 comments over there. Now the next thing we'll go ahead and add is let's say we'll just add an I tag, maybe for certain comments, something like that. So I'm also going to put a h4 tag. So this is supposed to be a h4 tag, not h2 tag. So I'm going to put h2 tag, and also in this h4 tag I simply want to add an I. So this one is going to be an icon, and I don't want to put language, but rather I want to put a class property over there, and I'm going to put fa, and let's just say fa-list-ul, and as you can see, that's what we've got over there. And just in this, just outside the I, the ending of the I tag, I want to create a new tag, and that's going to be label tag. And in the label tag, I'm going to get rid of this for, we don't need it for now, and I'm simply going to put sort by over here. And as you guys can see, that's how it's looking. So I think that's pretty much it. Now below this div, below the comments div, we could go ahead and we'll create a div for video commented by. Okay, let's just go ahead and create the div. So I'm gonna say div, and this one we're gonna give it a class of details, and I want to give it comments underscore self. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna get back here, and this is what we want to create over here, this one over here. So we're gonna put in our own comments. That's what we want to create. Now in this place, I call this comment underscore self. Okay, and I also want to pass in flex alongside the other classes that we've got. So comment underscore self, and I'm simply gonna pass in flex. Okay, now in here in the flex, I want to go ahead and create a div, and I'm gonna give this one a class of image, just like that. And in here I want to give an image, and the source is going to be images slash logo.jpg, and you're gonna see a really big image. I want to give it a, let's say I want to give it a width of 50 pixels, and that's looking smaller now. So I want to go ahead and add a breakpoint over here. So we'd see, as you can see, that's the first breakpoint. Now we've got another breakpoint so that we know where we were working on before. And just below the div that's holding the image, just below this div, I want to create a new div, and I'm going to give a heading. So I'm going to say div the heading, and just in here I can go ahead and put in an input. The type is going to be text, and let's just say the placeholder. So the placeholder is going to be, let's just say, add a comment, because that's how it is in YouTube, and that should pretty much be it. So we've got this div over here. Now below this div, I want to go ahead and add this section over here now. So I want to add this section where there are comments by other people. So I'm going to say div, and this one we simply want to give it a class of, we just say details underscore comments, just like that. And we could also go ahead and give it another div, and we could say this one should be details. Okay, what am I doing? This is supposed to be class, and this is supposed to be details, and we're also going to pass in flex alongside. And in here we want to create a new div, and this one is going to be, this one is going to have the image tag, and in this image tag we're going to put, sorry, it's going to have the image class, and in the image class div we're going to add in an image tag that has a source of images, logo dots blah blah blah. And this one, take note, we want to give it a width of 50 pixels so we see what we're doing. And I'm also going to add a breakpoint. You guessed it already. So this is what we've got now. Just below the div, the image div, I want to go ahead and add a new div, and that one's going to be heading. So I'm going to say div, and I'm going to give it a class of heading. So in this div that have a class of heading, we're simply going to put in an h4, or we're going to put in a h4 tag over there. And in this h4, that's where I want to pass in the name of the user that's commenting. So this is Jenny Doe, and I want to pass in a span tag. This is going to be when they commented, and that should be 17 months ago. So 17 months ago, just like that. And if I come down here, you'd see that. And I think one more thing that I would want to pass in is their comments. So I'm gonna get down here, and I'm simply gonna pass in p tag, and this p tag is simply gonna have, let's just pass in lorem, and I want to pass in 10. So let's just say they commented 10. The string of the comment should be 10, just like that. And just below here I want to add a div, and this div is gonna have comments, a class of comment like. So I'm gonna say div the comment, I just say dash like, and also it's gonna have a class of flex alongside, so everything stays on the same line in the CSS when we start styling. Now I'm gonna have a div that has a class of icon, okay, and this one is gonna have an I, and it's gonna have a class of, let's say, fa-thumbs up. So that's going to be for liking the comments, and we're going to be implementing all this using the back end. And over here we simply want to pass in the label. That's to count how many likes that the comments got. It's got, let's just say, 5 likes. Simple as that. And now we're going to go ahead and copy the icon div, and we're going to paste it a couple of times, and we're simply going to put dislike and reply. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to copy the icon div, and I'm going to get down once, twice. Now this one is going to be reply. This one is going to be dislike. Okay, so we're going to be having fun when we start implementing all this using the back end. It's really going to be amazing. Now this one should be thumbs down, I think, and this reply icon, I think there should be nothing over there for the icon. It should just be a text reply. And I also want to make that an a tag, because why not? We would need an a tag, a link to be able to reply, just like that. Or we would even be implementing this using Ajax, so we wouldn't be needing any others a tags. So I think that's pretty much it. Now we will need to go ahead and start creating the reply. So take note of the div. We've got this div heading over here, so we don't get confused. We've got this div heading. I'm gonna get back. This is it. We've got this div for the details flex, and we've got a div for the detail comments. Okay.